uniform number of new coronavirus cases reported in Los Angeles County in the last 24 hours is 2,907 with 30 additional deaths. Here in Torrance, 36 additional cases were reported and no new deaths. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Christine Lee. It's Wednesday, August 18th. U.S. health officials now officially recommend all vaccinated Americans, regardless of age, get a COVID-19 booster shot. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention outlined the plan, which calls for the extra dose 8 months after people get their second shot of Pfizer or Moderna. The boosters could become available starting the week of September 20th. CDC Director Rochelle Walensky says their plan is to protect the American people and stay ahead of this virus. The Public Health Agency is still waiting for more data on the Johnson & Johnson vaccine and has not formally recommended an extra dose for those who got that option. The Food and Drug Administration is set to evaluate the safety and effectiveness of Pfizer and Moderna's third dose and have a CDC advisory panel review it before the boosters become widely available. Scientists at the World Health Organization object to this plan, saying poor countries are not getting enough vaccines for even their initial round of shots. Dr. Michael Ryan, executive director of the organization's Health Emergencies Program, said, quote, "We're planning to hand out extra life jackets to people who already have life jackets, while we're leaving other people to drown without a single life jacket." Meanwhile, U.S. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy rejected the notion that the U.S. must choose between America and the world. He said, quote, "We clearly see our responsibility to both, and we've got to do everything we can to protect people here at home while recognizing that tamping down the epidemic across the world is going to be key." White House officials noted that they donated 115 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines to 80 countries, more than all other nations combined, and still had enough vaccines to provide the boosters to Americans. Starting tomorrow night, masks will be required at large outdoor events in LA County, regardless of vaccination status. The revised health officer order comes as coronavirus cases and hospitalizations continue to soar. Those attending baseball games, music festivals, and other large-scale events have to wear face coverings unless they are actively eating or drinking. As you know, we've all had to wear our masks indoor again in public settings such as stores, offices, and theaters. Now, the updated mandate goes one step further to include mega events with crowds larger than 5,000 attendees indoors and 10,000 outdoors. Health officials say such large gatherings are considered to create a higher risk of coronavirus transmission. State officials already recommended that anyone going to such venues be fully vaccinated or show proof of a negative COVID-19 test. The LA Unified School District is seeing a lot of positive COVID-19 cases over the past couple of weeks. About 81% of LAUSD students took a baseline COVID test between August 2nd and 15th, and this Monday, the school announced that 3,255 of them tested positive. An additional 399 cases were confirmed among district employees. The district will require weekly COVID testing for students and employees regardless of their vaccination status. All district employees must be fully vaccinated by October 15th. Here in Torrance, the first day of school for TUSD students is Thursday, August 26th. School district officials say they are looking forward to welcoming back students full-time and ask that they follow these health and safety protocols. Masks will be required by everyone indoors. 3 feet of physical distancing is recommended. Students should complete daily health screenings at home before coming to school and stay home if they're experiencing any COVID-like symptoms or feel sick. And of course, all students and staff members are encouraged to practice good hygiene, such as hand washing and sanitizing. Travelers on planes and public transportation will have to keep wearing their face masks through the new year. The Transportation Security Administration extended its requirement to January 18th. It was set to expire on September 13th. The agency briefed airline industry representatives about its plan on Tuesday and planned to discuss it with airline unions today. The mask rule also applies to employees on planes and public transportation. This has been a controversial mandate, leading to many encounters between angry passengers and flight attendants. The Federal Aviation Administration said airlines reported more than 3,800 incidents involving unruly passengers this year. Close to 2,900 of them, or 74%, involved people refusing to wear their masks. The airlines trade group called Airlines for America said U.S. carriers will strictly enforce the rule. And a broader group called the U.S. Travel Association said the mask mandate extension has the travel industry's full support. The largest union of flight attendants were also in favor of this plan, saying it will help keep passengers and workers safe. The mask order is based on CDC guidelines and first issued in January. This extension comes after a recent surge in COVID-19 cases linked to the Delta variant. Metro announced this week that it is providing vote-by-mail drop boxes at 10 transit locations for California's gubernatorial recall election. They're out right now across LA County. The closest one to Torrance is in Gardena at the Harbor Gateway Transit Center. Metro will also provide free rides and free access to its bike share program for the first 30 minutes on September 14th, which is the last voting day. Metro's board of directors voted in 2019 to permanently offer free rides on federal and statewide election days. Torrance residents also have the option to drop off their ballots at the vote-by-mail box located outside the Katie Geisert Civic Center Library. As drought conditions worsen, the board of Southern California's biggest water supplier declared a water supply alert for the region. Its action urges agencies, businesses, and residents in the 5,200 square mile service area to voluntarily conserve water use. Officials at the Metropolitan Water District of Southern California say supply has been severely impacted by extreme drought in both the Northern Sierra and the Colorado River, and crucial storage reservoirs are at their lowest levels. This declaration comes one day after the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation announced an unprecedented water shortage for the Colorado River and Lake Mead, which led to mandatory water cuts. A spokesperson with the Metropolitan Water District says Lake Mead's low level should be a wake-up call, and the Colorado River is sending us a clear message to conserve, reuse, and recycle. The river has been a lifeline for Southern California for more than 80 years, and currently 50 of the state's 58 counties are under a state emergency drought proclamation. Since last month, Governor Gavin Newsom has been calling for Californians to voluntarily reduce water use by 15%, saying that would save 85,000 acre-feet of water, enough to supply more than 1.7 million households for a year. Governor Newsom made another bold statement recently. This week, he told the thousands of people fleeing for their lives in Afghanistan that they are welcome here in California. Governor Newsom addressed the situation at a public event on Monday, saying we are a state of refuge and that he is proud of the fact that over the past decade, California has taken in more refugees than any other state in America. He also noted that a disproportionate number of Afghan refugees are currently in Northern California, particularly in Sacramento County. Governor Newsom said state officials are working with various organizations to make sure the Afghan refugees feel welcome and are celebrated as members of our community. The United States Department of State spokesperson Ned Price said on Tuesday that U.S. military flights evacuated more than 1,000 people, including 330 U.S. citizens and permanent residents. So far, the country has evacuated more than 3,000 people. T-Mobile says tens of millions of people's personal information have been leaked to hackers. The wireless network operator has been investigating a cyber attack against the systems since the weekend. The breach affects up to 7.8 million postpaid subscribers, 850,000 prepaid customers, and more than 40 million past or prospective customers who applied for credit with T-Mobile. Customers' financial information does not seem to have been exposed, but the stolen personal information includes names, dates of birth, social security numbers, and driver's license numbers. Account PINs belonging to the 850,000 prepaid customers were also compromised, and T-Mobile had to reset those PINs as a security precaution. The company said it will offer 2 years of free credit monitoring to affected customers. T-Mobile merged with Sprint last year to become the second most widely used telecommunications company in the U.S. The company experienced other data breaches in 2018 and 2020, where customers' personal information, including several million social security numbers, were compromised. Electric vehicle Tesla's AUTOPILOT feature is under review after multiple crashes resulted in numerous injuries and at least one fatality. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's Office of Defect Investigations opened the review on August 13th. It's looking into 11 crashes involving Teslas hitting vehicles at first responder scenes. The vehicles under review were all using either autopilot or traffic-aware cruise control when the accidents happened. About 765,000 vehicles produced between 2014 and 2021, including every model, are covered in this investigation, which is the biggest in company history. Since the system was introduced 7 years ago, safety advocates have raised concerns about the AUTOPILOT name, saying it is misleading drivers to place too much confidence in it. Numerous Tesla owners posted videos over the years showing themselves sleeping or even sitting in the back seat while using the feature on the highway. The company has warned users to remain ready to take control of the vehicle at all times while operating it. News of the investigation comes as Tesla expands availability of its full self-driving feature, which is offered as a subscription starting at $99 a month. It was also just announced days ahead of Tesla's AI Day, which is tomorrow, August 19th. CEO Elon Musk is expected to promote Tesla technology at this upcoming event. Well, there's some good news coming out of this pandemic. German discount grocer ALDI, which recently opened a location here in Torrance, is looking to hire 740 workers across Southern California. The local hiring is part of the company's national push to employ more than 20,000 store and warehouse employees. ALDI has more than 2,100 stores and 25 warehouses across the U.S. Available positions include cashiers, stockers, store managers, and seasonal workers. ALDI has 75 stores in Southern California and 83 statewide. It also operates a warehouse in Moreno Valley. The supermarket chain recently increased its pay for employees. Starting wages are as high as $19 an hour for warehouse positions. Workers are also eligible for a range of benefits, including health care and retirement plans. Interested applicants can view openings at careers.aldi.us/now-hiring. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share feel-good stories from our community. Pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. The Torrance Police Department and neighboring agencies hosted a free catalytic converter etching event today. We were out there this morning at the Del Amo Fashion Center's parking lot near the former Sears. Our community has seen a spike in catalytic converter thefts. Earlier this summer, Torrance police worked with multiple agencies and departments to recover 87 stolen catalytic converters in LA. Police and residents say it's important to stay proactive and do their part to help prevent future thefts.
These catalytic converters do not have any identifying marks on them. So what we are doing with this etching event is engraving the VIN number on the actual catalytic converter so we can use that in our criminal cases to backtrack to find victims of this crime.
We did have one of our trucks stolen, the converter stole, and our license plate, and so I'm trying to be safe in our neighborhood, and a lot of our neighbors are doing it too.
Because I'm on Nextdoor and I read what's going on in our community, and something like this is wonderful for us to have. So as soon as I seen it, I said, I'm signing up. I'm getting my car etched so I feel a little bit safer. Thanks for our Torrance Police Department for putting this on too. It's a blessing.
You can watch more from this event in future episodes of Weekends in Torrance. Now, if you have a great story, upcoming event, a photo or video you'd like to share, email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that's our update for COVID-19 Today. We'll see you back here tomorrow as Bella Shaw brings you the latest. Be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.